Hello and welcome to Let's Talk Sport on YouTube, and today we are going to bring you preview of Tottenham Hotspur versus Barcelona in the UEFA Champions League. And it's one of those nights, it could go anywhere really, because when Barcelona go away from home, from the Nou Camp, and come to England, well, we just never know what to expect, really, because Barcelona have gone to English stadiums before, and even Scottish stadiums where they've gone on to lose, even if the match means that they still go on to win the Champions League. That's just Barcelona, typical Barcelona. But Tottenham Hotspur, at Wembley Stadium, they had some special nights there last season. They're going to have a second season at Wembley Stadium from what we're seeing, with their new stadium still under construction. So, Conor Porter, how are you doing? Because it's one of those matches where I'm quite excited, because Mauricio Pochettino, we know on this day, is one of the best managers in the world. And, he was rumoured to be the next Real Madrid manager. So we could have been here talking about Real Madrid versus Barcelona, where it could have been Pochettino versus... Who's the manager of Barcelona now? I forgot his name.
I forgot his name as well.
Great start. I keep thinking it's Enrique, but he's the Spain manager now, so I don't know what I'm saying. Google it. Just as we always say, Google it. It's a great thing. Try it. But, when you look at it, it's one of those games I'm excited for, because with it being at Wembley Stadium, Barcelona don't really know what to you don't know what to expect from them, because they can be a bit funny away from home. But Wembley brings them good old days of 92 and 2011 where they won the Champions League.
Yeah, it's beating your team, Manchester United, in the final.
Thanks for reminding me.
David Villa getting a good goal.
All right.
And Messi as well. And,
actually, Van der Sar was in goal that night.
And no, I said David Villa, not David De Gea.
Why did I think you said David De Gea? They're both Spanish, right?
But yeah, there's always been this allure of Messi struggling in England and at English clubs, but really over the past couple of years he's thrived in those kind of situations, and I think the same thing will happen again, really, entering this one against Tottenham. We saw last season, though, with Tottenham against Spanish teams, against the upper echelons of Spanish teams, they can do really well. When Real Madrid visited them, they got them to a good result against them. I think they won in that game as well.
I think they did,
in the group stages. So a good result for them against the reigning champions of Europe in that occasion there. So they're not afraid of the big occasion. It's just whether or not they're able to handle what the best of Barcelona has to offer, in the likes of Messi and Suarez, who have always been good in the Champions League over the years. So it's a to and fro, really, because we've seen from Tottenham already this season that they can have good results and they can have really bad results, and you can only have to look into the Premier League's first couple of games. They went to United and won there, but then they go the following week after and lose against Watford. And okay, Watford are in great form at the moment, but it's still Watford. The levels of players is uncomparable. Really, Harry Kane should be doing much better than what he is.
But it's nights like this where it's made for him, surely.
Yes, I mean, certainly if you want to make your mark and say, hey, I'm one of the best strikers in the world, now's the time really for Harry Kane in the Champions League to really prove that point and hopefully progress Tottenham further than what they've ever been, really. I think they haven't really been that far since Bale left the squad a couple of years back.
So good 5 years now.
Yeah, definitely. So I think for me, it's definitely a game where Harry Kane needs to step back up into the goal scoring, but at the same time, I could see him struggling too, because they have Dele Alli and Eriksen out with injuries, who have been two key players for them over the past couple of years. And Lloris didn't play at the weekend as well, so it's a question as to whether or not.
Oh God, you tell me Vorm's going to be in goal?
Well, I don't think even Vorm's in goal. I think it's like Garazabli guy or something like that. He played. Garaziga, thanks Joe, off camera there, who played in goal against Huddersfield at the weekend. Sure, they won 2-0 and kept a clean sheet, but it's Huddersfield, so you can't really compare the John Smith Stadium to the Camp Nou, the same as you can't compare the Terriers to Barcelona.
At least one ground can maybe offer you a free pint of John Smith's.
Depends how far that sponsorship deal's still stretching. I don't know if it's still going on.
They probably forgot they still sponsor them. But one player to mention is Paulinho. Now, of course, he played for Tottenham Hotspur, and yes, he would probably want to forget that spell because it was rather disappointing. But he was one of many signed in the same summer that when Gareth Bale, as we just mentioned, left for Tottenham Hotspur. For Real Madrid. What am I saying?
I'm trying to figure out where you're going with this, because Paulinho isn't at the club. He's in China.
Oh, I forgot about that.
So I was trying to figure out where you're going with that connection.
You see, why is it that someone like it? Well, obviously it's the money, but the guy is such a good player at Barcelona last season. What's wrong with him? I'm sorry, but this is when I have to get really annoyed now. You earn enough money at Barcelona. Where is your bloody pride?
This is turned from
Sorry, I'm just annoyed about that. I knew
Barca preview to a Paulinho run.
Yeah, no, I remember you telling me that, but I completely forgot.
But you know, Barcelona on decent form at the moment in the Liga. Top of the Liga at the moment. 4 wins from their first 7. 2 draws into that as well as no loss. One of the draws came against Atletico Bilbao at the weekend, and then they got the 4-0 win against PSV in the Champions League last time out with Messi scoring 3 goals. So that is the main message for me to put across to Tottenham this week. They need to find a way to close down Messi in order to secure him, and I think the big responsibilities is going to fall to their centre backs and the likes of Van der Velde, Vertonghen if he plays, and Sanchez too. If they're able to control that, then they can potentially get a result against Barca, because I think if Messi gets past them, even if Lloris was in goal, it might be.
I don't think it matters who's in goal really. It's as long as Messi gets the target, it's difficult.
At least you forget as well, Suarez is in that mix too. So
he's actually found form again at Barca. So
there's a lot for Spurs' defence to handle. So that's the key battle for me, between Messi, Suarez and the Spurs defence. That could be where the game's won or lost for Tottenham on Wednesday.
Final question for me, scoreline prediction.
Well, I'm forever the eternal optimist in terms of Tottenham Hotspur. I always like to see them doing well, because they're one of the teams that I'd love to see finally go on and win a cup competition for so long.
It's been 10 years now, mate.
I think it's getting to that point now where, as well for Pochettino, that he has to win something, otherwise bigger clubs are going to be calling in. Potentially teams like Barcelona and Real Madrid, as you already mentioned, for his signature. And it's games like this that they need to pick up a result and show that to the world, to the rest of Europe, that they can go on and potentially win the Champions League. So for me, I'm actually going to go for a 2-1 victory for Tottenham against Barcelona at Wembley. Now, if you were to ask me what would scoreline be at Nou Camp, I would flip that result completely and say, Barcelona is going to win. But I think because it's at Wembley, I think, Tottenham can bring a lot of fans in, because it's such a big game, probably the biggest game that they've had at Wembley since the Real Madrid one.
Yeah, I think
the atmosphere on that night, if I remember correctly, was great, and it helped them secure a result. So I think the same thing will happen here against Barcelona, but I think it'll be a bit of a tighter game because of what Messi and Suarez can offer. So 2-1 for me.
Wow, you heard it here. Conor Porter's going for a Tottenham win, but do you agree with him or do you disagree with him? Comment your scoreline predictions below. Remember to like our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel for more of our previews for the Champions League, the Premier League, you name any football competition you like. Remember, subscribe, and thank you for watching.